So I spend my life these days basically going to schools and supporting teachers and therapists in dealing with the kind of challenges that I experience, you know, and over the years, I think we've all come to realize that the group of kids that we work with in AAC in particular really is so diverse and complicated that it's always nice to just have another set of eyes and then to have a sort of collaborative approach to help us solve our problems, or at least not necessarily solve them, but find new ways of thinking about that. So that's what I do currently, and I really enjoy it a lot. So I really sympathize and I empathize with people who start at the beginning of a new school year with all the frantic activity and getting to know new students that one needs to get to know, and faculty members, you know, new faculty members that one has to work with in school, not least of all the administrative issues that one needs to deal with and get to know. And so it's very easy right in the beginning of the year to feel overwhelmed already in the start of a year. And this presentation that I have for you today is really about the core of what really matters. It's about the quality of our interactions with each other and with the clients that we serve. It's not the frequency of the interaction. It's not about how we communicate with the people that we work with. It's also not how much time we spend with the people that we work with. It really is focused on what happens between us when we interact with each other. You know, it's quite possible for one to go through a whole day of interactions, talking to kids, faculty, sharing very little in terms of personal engagement, getting home and being really burnt out, even in the beginning of the year. And I think it's very important that we reflect on that and ask ourselves, why do we feel like that? Why don't we recharge during the day? And then also to put ourselves in the shoes of the kids and thinking, what does that feel like when they get home? You know, how much did they experience during the day that actually built them and that created that kind of closeness that adds to our lives? So really, if you listen to and you read my book, I think at the really core of the issue here has got to do with gain. It's got to do with how much do we gain when we're together? How much can we actually grow together? How much can we sort of really enjoy together? Because I believe that those things go very closely together. So, as my summary said, you know, I'm going to focus on meaning making and really look at two aspects. The one is the importance of participation. If you can't have a means of participation, obviously it's very difficult. But we traditionally in speech and language pathology has been very good at focusing on participation, getting people to speak, getting people to take turns, you know, and lengthening and having sort of extending our interaction with each other. So what I'm really dealing with today is not so much how do we communicate, but what happens. And a pivotal part of that is the role of engagement. In other words, how engaged are we when we actually interact with each other? The reason why this is so important is because that's the basis of friendship. And you know, the basis of peer interaction, which we know is so important in all our lives.